Hello students, today we are going to learn the topic data handling. Data handling means to collect and present the data so that it can be used in further studies and to find some results. In this chapter, we will study data handling and its representation in various forms. Let's start with central tendency. There are three main measures of central tendency: mean, median, and mode. First, we have the mean. The most commonly used representative value for a group of data is known as the arithmetic mean or simply the mean. It lies between the highest and the lowest value of data. To find the mean, you need to add all the numbers and then divide by the amount of numbers. For example, consider the numbers 9, 3, 1, 8, 3, and 6. When you add these numbers together, you get 30. So, the mean is calculated by taking this sum and dividing it by the total number of values, which is 6. Therefore, the mean is 30 divided by 6, which equals 5. Next, we have the range. To understand how the observations are spread out, we can look at the difference between the highest and lowest values. To find this difference, we simply subtract the lowest value from the highest value. This difference is called the range of the observations. For example, if we have the values 5, 14, 29, 34, 59, and 68, we first identify the smallest number, which is 5, and the largest number, which is 68. We then subtract the smallest from the largest. 68 minus 5 equals 63. So, the range is 63. Now, let's discuss mode. The mode of a set of observations is the observation that occurs most often. For example, if we look at the following data set of numbers along with their frequencies, we can see that the mode for this data set is 20, as it occurs the most often. Moving on to median, the median is the middle value when you arrange all the data in order. Half of the values are higher than the median, and the other half are lower than the median. For example, if we take a dataset containing the values of 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 21, when arranged, the median would be 11, as it is the value in the middle. Now let's shift our focus to graphical representation, starting with a bar graph. A bar graph is a way of representing numbers using bars that have the same width. The lengths of the bars depend on the frequency and the scale chosen. A scale on a graph is the set of numbers that shows how much each square or line is worth, helping us measure and compare things. For instance, in a bar graph where numbers are shown in units, each bar represents one observation. If the graph displays numbers in tens or hundreds, one unit length can represent 10 or 100 observations. Next, we have double bar graphs. Double bar graphs are used for comparing data between two different things. The difference between a bar graph and a double bar graph is that a bar graph displays one set of data, whereas a double bar graph compares to different sets of information or data. Here we can see how two different series 1 and 2, vary on their frequency of different items through the help of a double bar graph. In conclusion, we have learned about data handling, including measures of central tendency like mean, median, and mode, as well as the importance of range. We also explored how to represent data visually with bar graphs and double bar graphs to compare different sets of data effectively. We hope that you have understood the topic. You can now study chapter notes, watch video lectures and solve MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev to ensure you score well in your school exams. And that's not all, you also get amazing courses for maths, science, English, Hindi, and much more for class 7. Thank you.